Bangladesh is holding general elections in less than a week from now. The country votes on January 7th. And unsurprisingly, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and her party, the Awami League, are certain to land a fourth consecutive term. Why unsurprising? Because the opposition parties are boycotting the elections. Many of their leaders have been jailed. The biggest rival to Hasina's Awami League, the Bangladesh Nationalist Party headed by Khaleda Zia, claims the electoral process is neither free nor fair. The opposition has been calling her to step down and for the polls to be held under a neutral interim government. Sheikh Hasina has rejected that demand, and with elections less than a week away, that ship has certainly sailed. Bangladesh is a parliamentary democracy with a history of violence, especially before and during the elections. Since October 29th, Khaleda Zia's BNP has held nationwide strikes and blockades that have ended in violence, arson and riots. 11 people died, nearly 400 vehicles were torched and 4 trains were derailed in 2 months. Over 20,000 opposition supporters have been arrested after anti-government rallies turned violent. Sheikh Hasina has blamed the opposition and its allies for the unrest. She accuses the opposition of acts of sabotage and attempts to create chaos. Sheikh Hasina has been in power since 2009. She is the world's longest-serving female head of government. The opposition claims Hasina has grown increasingly autocratic over the years. The Prime Minister rejects these accusations. The ailing Khaleda Zia is hospitalized and faces 17 years of imprisonment. She was convicted in 2 corruption cases. Her son, Tariq Rahman, has been in self-exile in the UK. He too is convicted of several criminal violence charges. The BNP's interim leader and the Secretary General, Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir, was arrested in October after clashes. So on the ballot, it will essentially be Hasina's Awami League, its allies and a few independents. But for the incumbent Prime Minister, winning the elections doesn't seem to be an uphill task. The challenge is in proving the legitimacy of the elections. The United States and Europe have raised concerns over the erosion of democracy in the South Asian nation. So for Sheikh Hasina, the bigger battle is against the West. If the US has raised concerns, naturally, Russia has come out in support of Bangladesh. Moscow says Washington is trying to destabilize Dhaka. For India too, Hasina is a clear favorite. From regional security to development to connectivity, what India seeks is stability. And unlike the BNP, Hasina has delivered. Despite heavy investments from China, Sheikh Hasina has never faltered from her commitments to India. While efforts to prove her democratic legitimacy to the world continue, Sheikh Hasina also aims to consolidate domestic support. Once one of the world's poorest nations, Bangladesh has achieved credible economic success under her leadership. It's now one of the fastest growing economies in the region, even surpassing the neighbor India. Its per capita income has tripled in the last decade, but foreign reserves are lower. They've been hit by the pandemic and the Ukraine war. Inflation too is a real worry. But the biggest of all the challenges back home remains dissent. Domestic dissent or electoral legitimacy from the West. Which is the battle Sheikh Hasina will pick once she's back in power for the 4th time.